Hello guys, how are you doing? So I apologize for the lighting in this video. I have a light here, I have a big light above me, and there's plenty of light in this room, but for some reason it's really dark up here and I'm getting very big shadows and I don't know what to do about it. But anyway, today I'm going to talk a little bit about, or show you rather, if you make a piece of art and you don't like it, what you can do with it. And in this video we're going to do watercolor. So give me a sec. So my cousin made a painting pretty much like this one. This is watercolor paper, and she was not happy with it. She did not like it. She wanted to throw it out, and I said, stop, give it to me. I'm going to show you a little bit what I did with this, and then we're going to go not with this one, but with the one she had. And then we're going to do it with this one. So that's what we're going to do today. So if you have a watercolor painting that you don't like, and it can look any way you want, and you could have pretended to try to paint a crow or just something. This happened to be a landscape. So if you don't like the whole thing, part one, cut it up. So that's what I did with hers. So I started with, I'm sorry, I get other stuff in the way here, cutting down some bookmarks. This is really bad lighting. Can this get better? If I do this, is it better? Yeah, maybe. Let's try this. So I did bookmarks. I cut it down. She had made these little tree line just to kind of mark them up a little bit more. And I just cut it down and it looks pretty cool. Strengthen it and then laminate it and put a little tassel, and I punched out from some of the leftovers. I punched up some circles and I made some holes. And here's another bookmark that I made and laminated. So that's one idea. And then you can take it, if you don't like the picture, you can always draw some more stuff on it. And you can do the same. You can laminate it and you can do other stuff with it. So here I still have 4 that is not drawn on, and this is what they look like. And I mean, you can sketch on them. You can make it something completely different with them. You can do something, maybe draw, maybe make this into the tip of a house, like the roof of a house, and make it a skyscraper. Or I mean, you can do anything with these. So I'm gonna ship this down to my cousin. She was just up here on holiday and she didn't get a chance to get these, so I'm gonna send them to her so she can finish them herself. So we're gonna play with this. That was the bookmarks, and then we had a lot of these little leftovers when I cut off edges and so on. So we ended up with these little leftovers. So with the big blue ones, I made a little booklet like this. So we're going to do that too today, I hope. Unless the times run away, then we do it in multiple partner, I don't know. And here's another little booklet that I made from the smaller pink ones. And I just doodled on it and glued stuff together. So we're going to make one of those. Then with some other of the leftovers, there was blue and pink leftovers. I punched holes and I made little, I didn't punch hole, I punched circles. That's what I said. Yes, I didn't say hole. No. Circles. And I made these 4 little notebooks. So this one I stamped on and put a little chain and a clasp, so you can put it in on your bag or on your zipper maybe. But this is not waterproof, but you can, put a Ziploc bag or something on over it. But put it on your bag, put it in your wallet, something to give you a little bit of writing space, a few pages here. This one I punched, there we go. So that's a punched hole, and I glued 2 more on, and I did the same on this side. And I glued 2 more notes on, and this one I put another little dangler and a safety pin. And here again I put this, and I left a little bit of chain at the side because I was going to put a charm here, but since I didn't decorate it, I figured, let's leave it. She can finish that on her own. And here's one with the tassel, so you can just put it in your bag so you have a little bit of writing, oh, I need to buy this and that, and you just put it in there. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do today. So I actually started when I had this. Oh, I forgot my ruler. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have a ruler and a cutty, and now it is flickering. Why is it flickering? What do I do? I don't know. I'm so sorry. Lighting isn't my thing. I need someone to fix my lighting. Okay, so what I'm gonna start with is, usually the edges aren't the best in paintings, and a lot of the times we tape the edges and so on, but anyway, I'm gonna start with cutting off the edges. Now you can do this if you have some older watercolor paintings or something that you don't like. You can do this to them too, or cut them down into cards. That would be cool too. So maybe we do a few cards with this one too. So I might not make the whole thing into, I did that a bit crooked, I noticed. Okay, so let's cut off the other edge. So what I do, I just put the ruler to the edge, kind of ish, similar up and down, and I cut it off. Now you can use wider rulers or smaller rulers, or you can cut with scissors, just measure it out. Do what fits you and your craft supply. So I have these two, and these are the small ones that I made this off. So don't throw them away. You can use them. You can still use them. Yes, scrap saver. So what I do, I have this bookmark that we got from the library. Actually, no, it's community college kind of. It's school for grown-ups that needs to go back to school for some reason. It's one of those, but it's also library. I got them from the library, I think. If I don't remember it correct. There we go. And I just put it edge to edge, put my ruler up against it, remove it, and that way I have the size. No, actually, that's not what I did. I kind of figured out where I wanted this, the bookmark to be. So I want the trees tops in, so that would be kind of a good place. So I check about 3 centimeters from the top. So I measured 3 centimeters from the top. Let me grab a pen. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So 3 centimeters from the top. See if I can measure it. So that's what's worked for me. So you check what works for you. You figure out how big you want your bookmarks. If you have a more abstract painting than I do here, you might wanna just cut it in half and make 2 bookmarks like that. For me, I think this will work for this one. I'm in a kind of a cramped space, and I'm also trying to fit into the frame this time. I have a tendency to go off. Yes, go off camera. So here we go. I do this, and I do checking the line. There we go. So I have my line there. And now I check about how far from the bottom. So I'm gonna take it off approximately 5.5 centimeters, about there. So I think I'm gonna go 5.5. It doesn't have to be exactly this size. It can be bigger or smaller, but I think I'm gonna go 6 centimeters. I'm gonna make it slightly smaller. So I'm gonna go 6 centimeters from the bottom, because this is fabric cut, so I'm kind of counting on that being straight. And my stomach is growling for some reason. I have no idea what's going on with it today. It has been very loud all morning, and I'm not quite sure. I'm a bit stressed, so yeah, IBS and stress is fun. So, and I make another little line here. Now you could cut it off straight away if you want to, but I'm not gonna, because I might change my mind. So I make this line very light. I don't make it too harsh, too hard. I'm just making it a very light line. There we go. So it's easy to erase without ruining the image if I want to. So at this stage, I just put this down, and actually gonna use this side because I know I cut that one crooked. So I'll put this. It's kind of tricky to do this because I have you in the way. The phone is right in my face when I'm filming. So there-ish. I put my ruler right up to it. And oh, I did an oopsie. I didn't push it high enough. Okay. Make sure you have it high enough. Now at this point, the reason why I'm doing it this way, I'm not cutting this off and this off right away, is because I need those and I want them to have the same size. And I figured this is a good way. Why is it all of a sudden so hard to get this edge to edge? There we go. And I'm pushing you up. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes it's a bit more fiddly than others. And checking. Yeah, it's loose. Because sometimes when I cut this desk, it gets stuck in, as you can see. But it's very easy. So at this point, I can choose to cut these off with scissors, or I'm going to make a pile of these and cut them all at the same time. So yeah, you can make them a bit differently. Now I'm going to make cards too. So I'm actually gonna just do one bookmark, and then we're gonna make a little tag and a little card. So I know that about 8 centimeters is about the width I normally like to have. I'm gonna, there we go, about 8 centimeters. So I know this is where I want, my stomach really hurts. So I'm gonna cut it off here. I'm actually gonna make one more postcard because I want 2 of these and 2 of these. So I'm gonna make another one of these, just edge to edge, so I know getting about the size I want. And again, I'm counting on this being straight-ish. So at least so that way I don't have to measure. It takes a bit longer to measure for me, at least. There we go. And now the question is, what do I want to do with this? Now, I actually think this looks kind of okay. And I can go in and make more trees, make it more diverse, and cut it down this way. Because I feel there's way too much water compared to this part. Here is all the happening is happening here. All the happening. Wow. Speaking words hard. Yay! I think I'm going to make actually... Do I want to make more cards? Yeah, I'll make another card. This way, and this way, and that way. And now it's straight, and straight-ish at least. And I'm using this as a guide. And let me cut this off. And there we go. Now I have this. Now the question is, what do I want to make with this? Well, I'm actually going to put this aside, and I'm going to decide later, because I can make 2 bookmarks of it, or I can make a bigger card, or I can make something else. So I'm actually going to put this aside for now. So for these, I'm going to cut the top and bottom off. The reason why I cut them both at the same time is that makes these two that I'm cutting off here the same size, and it also makes these two that I'm cutting off here the same size, and that way I can use them as front and back of tiny journals, tiny little booklets, tiny little thingamabobs. I can also make them into small tags, make them into, I mean, this one just round the corner and you put a sticker on it and you have a ready-made card. So here we have the bigger cards, and they can now be decorated any way you want. You can put stickers on them, you can draw on them, you can make all kinds of fun things with these. These two, you can make something like this. And now we're going to do the same with the bookmarks here. So you see, so far from this worthless painting that I hated, that I didn't like, I have 2 bookmarks, I have 2 cards, 2 bigger cards actually. I can make tags or something else out of the rest, and I can make little other small little booklets, ephemera, whatever you want, you know. You can get quite a lot out of these. So there we are. So these are the bookmarks and these are the cards. Now I'm gonna put those aside for now, and let's focus on these tiny little guys, and let's grab these two too. So for this I'm gonna check. I think this is a bit too big. Yes, I think I used these ones to make the round holes, I think, because I believed I used a wider ruler and that made it easier. Okay, so I'm gonna get the smaller one. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have a smaller one, I have an oval one, and I have a round one. I really like the oval one, but I think we're gonna use the round one again today. So let's make a few of these. Now don't forget, you can also make decorative punches, and you can put them in your die cut machine if you have like smaller die cuts. So you can also use this, my little butterfly punch that I use quite a lot, so it's getting rather dull. And you can just punch, and you can use this because these decorations will match whatever you make, And let's flip it over and make some more butterflies. Okay, so we have a bunch of butterflies, and let's make some more circles. This was really pale, and let's make some more butterflies here. That's enough. And we grab the other one and we make some more. This is very pale, it almost looks white. I get a shadow, so it's kind of hard to see if I'm in all the way. Because I can't push it all the way down, because then we have a little gap up there. So but I kind of have to flip it back and forth in order to see that I'm actually punching a full circle. Oh, I forgot I was filming. I'm sorry. I just started working and thinking. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. This is me in a nutshell. I do this all the time. So what I'm doing now is getting some paper for making tiny, tiny little booklets. And I'm so sorry. I just stopped talking. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna edit this, but I have a feeling I need to. Because just me stop talking and starting to think about other things is not really good. Okay, so now I punched out a bunch of pages too. So these are quite flat. So we have that, and let's do this long one. This one. So I'm actually gonna cut off a little bit more because I'm honestly too lazy to go find an eraser to get rid of the lines. Oops, sliding. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna use the ruler as a marker. That makes everything easier. That way I know the thickness I need. There we go. Let me toss these away. There we go. And I'm going to take the paper and I'm going to make this slightly shorter. So there-ish, something like that. Something like that, maybe. There we go. And I know I want the width of the ruler. So I'm putting that down. And I'm following the ruler. I'm following the ruler all the way. And let's do this side. There we go. And these little thin ones I'm gonna toss. Yay, look at me tossing stuff. Okay, so now I need my glue. Okay, let's try this. So this is one of the covers. So I'm gonna put a bit of glue here because this is gonna be my spine. And we're off screen. I'm really good at staying on screen. Yeah, I never got off. Oh, getting glue out isn't easy today, right? But yeah, come on. Oh, come on. Okay, I need to go clean up the tip. I'll be right back. Yes, it's a good thing if I press record too. So here I have the little papers. So I'm putting a piece of paper on here. So this is one way of doing it. I'm going to show you another way in just a bit when we're done with this one. And then I put another bit of string of glue here. Of course you can staple them if you want to. But I'm going to put another piece of glue there and just lay it where I want it. There we go. And another piece of glue. And I'm a bit shaky. I don't know if I haven't had enough coffee or if I had too much coffee. I'm not sure. And I feel I'm off. I'm off to the races. Yay! No, I'm not. No race here today. No. And another one. So with crafting, it's never the material that needs to cost a ton of money. It is your time. And if you think about it, how much do people get paid per hour where they work? And then you have taxes and fees, and I mean you need to do other things too. You need to post your items for sale if you're selling them. If you're just crafting for yourself, just do it because you love it. But I'm talking about pricing here. It's very debated topic, and I know I get a lot of smack because I'm apparently expensive, even though I don't even charge for all the hours I put in. And most of us crafters, we don't, and that's not good. I'm actually gonna cut everything off here. There we go. So here we have a little thing, and you can decorate it, put some stickers on it, doodle on it. For this one I put a piece of ripped fabric just about around the edge and just doodle on it, and you can do that too, and that's one. And this is just two pages from a notebook, and I got this one, and I have a ton of these small ones punched out. So let's make a small one. And then I'm gonna show you, actually getting them mixed up here. That's one of those. I felt I had one another. No. There we go. That's... Oh, and I have too much stuff here again. Moving some stuff out of the way. So let's grab one. I'm gonna do green. I'm gonna do these two. They look kind of good. No, actually I'm gonna do these two together. Okay, so this is gonna be my bottom one, and I'm gonna do it the same way. I put a bit of glue. I grab a piece of paper and put it on top. And for these round ones, I find it easier to lift it up, but remember where you have the glue, so you always glue on the same place. Otherwise, you're gonna have some interesting effect. You can do glue there, and then glue there, and then, so you kind of do, let me show you. I can do one of those. So now I glue on this side, and I put the glue on. No, I put the paper on. I'm sorry. I think it's a lack of coffee. I think I need more coffee. Coffee. Yes, I'm a coffee monster. And I put another piece of paper and I glue on the other side. And this gives a pretty fun effect. And I think that's enough pages for this one. Oops. Put multiple pages on here. I didn't mean to do that. What side did I glue here on? So there, so it's gonna be glued on this side. That means this way. And now I'm gonna put glue here. And, oh, this one. So there we go. And I'm gonna hold it together a little bit on both sides. So I've been glued on this side and this side, just alternated between the papers, and gives me this. Oh, hang on, it's tricky. So I have a little accordion style thing to put in my journal. And you can make this bigger, smaller, with any kind of paper. And yeah, but yeah, let's do one that I actually was gonna do. So let's do this. And these small ones are really cute to put hanging from the edge on a journal. Maybe put it there with safety pin in the lace at the edge, maybe on a page, or tie it with a string in a punched hole or something like that. So for this one, I'm just gluing one side, just a little bit of glue. Oh. Just a little bit of glue. I broke one of my bottles the other day. So under this one is my firewood. So it's actually a lid that I lift up, and I have my firewood under here. And I didn't notice that one of these glue bottles had got in the way, so when I lifted it up, it broke the whole tip off. So yeah, broke one of my glue bottles. And one is missing, and that means I only have two now, and I noticed the difference to only have 2. I need to refill them quite often, and I don't like doing that. It's an annoying thing to do. Okay, and the final one, I'm actually gonna put that as a spine. So I'm gonna smush it and squish it a little bit. And if you have to, if this bothers you, that stuff is sticking out, you can just use a scissor and cut it off. And yes, I have a ton of ink and stuff on me. I've been crafting. So here you have a little tiny booklet, and you can just make a hole at the side. My nose is itching. So I'm gonna glue a few of these together, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have 3 of these small ones. So what I'm doing, I'm checking, so they are glued at this side. The glue is not fully dry yet. Now I take my trusty hole punch, and I've had this for 40 years. Since early 80s. When we got the sheeps 82, I think. And about then we got the pony too. So somewhere around there, early 80s. And it's still going strong. And I marked it for different uses. But this one I made way too close to the edge. Way too close to the edge. I wasn't looking. And let's see there. So that side. And I'm just kind of... I don't want it too far in also. And I kind of want to punch where it's glued. Because it's stronger where it's glued. So that's where I want to punch it. This one ended up way too close to the edge, so it's probably gonna break. But that is fixable actually. And I'll show you how in just a second. I just need to find something. Okie dokie. So I did not just say that. I hate that. Why did I even say it? Okie dokie. I don't know. So I have a piece of fabric, so I'm just gonna rip a bit off. Rich. So here we have a little strip, and I just need a little bit. So I'm just ripping it off like that. I feel so violent and strong. Not violent, but yeah. Come on, Hulk, look out. And I'm gonna put some glue on the edge here, and I'm gonna put some glue over here. So I'm gonna put it down. So I know approximately how much glue I put on there. I put there-ish. And I'm gonna fold this over. Yep, like that. And the fabric will help strengthen it. So at this point you can choose either squish it down like I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna squish it down. And I'm gonna squish it down. And I press also towards the round part a bit. But I also don't want to make it too rounded. There we go. And I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna punch a new hole because I can see where the hole is. So that is strengthening that part, plus it gives a little bit extra decorations. And I'm covered in glue again. I'm always covered in glue. Okay, so I made hole in this. Now this one that we made, this style, I can't make that type of holes in, because if I make the holes on this side, I'm locking that. And if I make the holes on that side, I'm locking that. And if I make the holes on top, yeah, it doesn't really work. So this one, you have to keep the way it is and just put it in a pocket. Decorate it, of course. So what am I going to do for decoration for this one? Well, I can put some butterflies on. We punched these, so I might as well use them. So let's put some glue here. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I've been watching... The Mummy, the original Mummy with Brendan Fraser, and I don't understand why Tom Cruise made a new version of it. I want something with a bit more color on it. Did I make... There we have a little bit more pop, because this is so pale. I want the butterfly to have a bit more pop. There we go. There we go. And you can go in with a pen and doodle around it. I'm going to do that. So here I am with my dollar store pens. And just this one, I'm just going to kind of follow the edges a bit. So give it a bit more pop. Doink, doink, doink. And I'm gonna go like that. And let's do that. And let's make it a bit stripy. Like that, maybe. And let's do the other side to make it pop a bit more. Ooh. Boo, 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 boo. And if you're like me and glue quite a lot and, and wink, wink, like that, then you might get some glue on the pen. So wait until it's dry. Then you don't glue up your pens, your markers maybe. I'm sorry. I really struggle with focus today. I have ADHD, as some of you may know, and my focus today is all over the place. A lot of stuff has happened this morning too, and that doesn't make it easier. Let's do that, and let's do that, and let's do a little that, and let's do a little that. So I basically just repeat. Rinse and repeat. Yes. There we go. And I'm going to mark the body a bit more. There we go. And I can make some little doodles around the edges, maybe. Da, 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 da. Yes, my little da-da song. Squiggle song, doodle song. Do, 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 do. Do you do that? Do you hum or like sing a little while you work or something like that? I feel like sometimes I do. Some days I just hum and I'm a bit like a jukebox, and kind of one song reminds me of another song that reminds me of a third song that reminds me, you know, and I just keep doing one line of each song and then hop to the next one. Kind of a word or something in the melody or something reminds me of something else, and off I go. And other days I'm just completely quiet. I can be quiet for days on end. And there we go. So there we have. That's a little quick decoration for a little thing. So you can do something similar on these. Glue something on, or maybe just slap a sticker on there or do something. We're going to put some eyelets on these in a bit. I'm just going to let this glue dry. So in the meantime, let's grab the bookmarks. Yes, so I'm going to start with doing the corners. And I had my corner punch. I just had it in my hand. I just moved it out of the way. Give me a sec. It was just right behind me. So I kind of, this one has 3 different corner types. So I just have to pick one. And I think I'm going to do the middle one. So that's the 7, that's this one. And the reason why I flip it over is because I sometimes, when I put it in the corner punch, I put it like, can you see in there? I sometimes do this and punch, and it doesn't really look great. So I kind of put it in here to see that I'm actually putting it where I'm supposed to. Oh, this one is getting dull. Oh my goodness, this corner punch is, it's really getting dull. There we go. So there we have it. Just checking that both are at the same side. I'm gonna zoom out a bit. We don't need to be that close for this. So I'm gonna find approximately this. Oh, actually, we have these. So as you saw on the others, I use this hole punch, and it doesn't go very far in, so they become very close to the edge, so it needs to be strengthened in order to have something in that hole. If you want to make this, I mean, these can be done now, but I want to do the little hole reinforcer. And how I do it is I have these, and I just grab the hole puncher and I just plop it in there and check that it's kind of centered. Sometimes I need to put something in there and I punch a hole. And this is also the hole size that I'm going to use for that. So these are done to glue on. So I need 2 of these. So I'm gonna do, and this one. I was just checking the colors on them. And I'm checking that it's semi-centered at least. And then grab it and punch. There we go. So now I have 2 hole reinforcers, and I'm gonna make the holes on this. So I'm gonna just check for center-ish. I have too much stuff in the way here again, as always. And let's see, so we have approximately 5-ish, so center would be 2.5-ish. So center would be there-ish. I'm not really good at measuring, so I do everything-ish. So I push it in as long as I can, and snip. There we go. So now I have holes in both of them. And flip them over. I grab my hole reinforcer. And my trusty glue bottle. Do you have a favorite glue that you just love more than anything? Because this bookbinder's glue, I really like it. It's a wet glue, so it gives it a bit of time to move stuff around a little bit to adjust it. At the same time, it dries very fast. I mean, it's already down there. So it has a lot of benefits, in my opinion. And it comes out clear, dries clear. That's always a plus. And so far, I haven't really had any big problems. It does both fabric and paper pretty good. I have accidentally glued my clamps on stuff. I have these tiny clamps. I'm also going to show you how I did this one, because I made it, no, not that one, the other one I'm going to show you, because I did that slightly differently. There we go. So now I have hole reinforcers. Now these are ready to either just put them in a laminator or doodle on them, and I'm thinking I'm going to doodle on these. So we have that part. But I'm gonna let the glue completely dry on those. Okay, so let me show you how I did. Let me do it on, I can do it on these, with these, I can do it, yes. So I need some more notebook paper. So I'm gonna take, I think 1 paper is enough. So this is just a simple tiny little notebook, and I'm gonna fold it in half just for making it easy. So this can make this ruler size too. It makes things easier. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna use those in just a bit. So we're using every little bit. We're using every little bit here. There we go. And I'm going to cut this side. Come on. Come loose. Come loose. And when you, oops. Don't forget to lock your knife. Lock it. Oops. And be careful with your knives. Don't be me. Don't be like me. Okay, so now I know this is ruler size. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna do ruler size. Okay, I did not fold this very well. It is uneven at the end here. So I'm gonna refold this a bit. There we go, that's better. So I'm gonna put the ruler at the edge. And I'm gonna cut. And I'm going to do it again, and so on. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have 4 of these. Now these are folded. They don't have to be. It can be open-ended. It doesn't matter. But I make them folded this time because it was easier. And I'm grabbing a clamp, and I'm grabbing another clamp. Like that. Actually, I'm going to put these on right away. 2. I'm gonna, and make sure you put the outside on the outside and not the wrong way around, unless that's what you want. If you put the white side out, you can always decorate it a bit more freely than if it's colored. So I'm gonna put these and that. And now I'm just gonna put a ton of glue on here. Like so, like do. And I'm actually gonna let this first layer pretty much dry before I do anything else with this. So let's put that aside to dry. Then you can also, let's make this one. So here we have another one, and I need more notebook paper. Throw this away. Maybe we use 2 this time. Maybe we make it a bit thicker. There we go. And I'm thinking if it's folded, it's still gonna fit. So let me check. Yep. Looks like it. I can both make it that side and that way. I think I'm gonna do it this way. So I'm just gonna check for width. So wow, I'm off camera. I'm so sorry. So I folded 2 notebook papers over, and I'm just checking how wide I want them. And I'm thinking I need to get off about that much. So it's not exact science for me. I just do ish stuff. So something along these lines. And I'm just gonna, why does this feels wonky? I'm just gonna need to do a quick measure. 7.2-ish and 7.2-ish. No, it's not. Very strange. Anyway, let's do something along these lines, I think. There we go. And now I need the height, so I'm just gonna rip 1. So I want it to be slightly smaller. That's my preference. You can do you. And I don't want it too much smaller, just slightly smaller. So something like that. And there we go. And now I use these as a guide for me to rip the others. Like that. And I think I made a bit too many. Well, we can do one more. We can do one more. Oops. Something like that. Put the ruler up against them and we're good. Okay, so now we have 3, and I'm gonna actually 6 because they're double. There we go. So now we have 12 pages. So we have all this stuck together. This is the down part by ripping multiple pages at once. Sometimes the ripping make the pages go together. Kind of floof together, anyway. I swear I will get them apart. I know there's 2. There we go. See? There we go. 1, 2. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh my goodness. Sometimes. Now this fumbling stuff is something all crafters deal with. But usually we edit it out because it doesn't add much interest when we sit here and fumble with our stuff. So, there we go. Okay. So, now we have these ready to sew in, but these are 2 separate ones. So how can we sew it in? Oh, my dear friend, I'm glad you asked. Now let's grab our fabric again. So we have a bit of fabric, and it's dyed a little bit, but it dye didn't turn out quite well. So yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. So I kind of check how far in do I want it to go there and kind of double that. And rip. Hulk! The Incredible Hulk has left the building. There we go. There we go. And I want kind of there-ish. There we go. And we grab our trusty glue here. And we put some glue here. Goody booty boo booty boo. There we go. Oh, I put the fabric away. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was gonna do another layer on the inside. And let's put some glue on you, because this is where I want it. Oops. Now I'm gonna leave a little bit of space in between here where we sew our signature. So I don't sew the signature to the paper. Oh, to the paper, I'll sew it to the fabric. That's why we're gonna do double layer. So I'm grabbing my strip here again, and I'm double checking something like that. Oh. Approximately like this, and we put some more glue on here. And I put some glue on here. Now I am actually gonna put one little bit of glue in the middle and smoosh it, because it helps to strengthen the fabric a bit. That's not needed if you have a thicker fabric, but this sheet is pretty worn. It's pretty worn, so it tears very easily. So if I sew in it without any strengthening at all, it might just rip. So I want some floofing at the top, but I don't want everything to floof. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue here to make the two fabrics go together, and I'm gonna do the same at the bottom. Oh, actually it glued pretty well there. It's stuck in the center, you can see that there. And I'm just putting a little bit of glue. There we have it. And now it's ready for the signatures to be sewn in here. There we go. And since it's, oh, I made it wonky. I made it wonky. Doesn't matter. It doesn't quite matter. There we go. Also, it's better if you make it straight-ish, at least. And not like me. Do it more precisely. But most of the time you can kind of bend and fiddle with it. So I swore off. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. So this is from some kind of knitted sweater. That's why it's all curly, but this makes it very fun. Yes. So I am gonna what am I doing? I'm doing this. So I'm putting this through the hole. I'm putting the yarn through the bigger hole. There we go. Like that. And I'm pushing through. There we go. And I just poke myself in the hand with a sharp pointy thing. I'm very good at poking myself, cutting myself, all those things. And I left a hair behind. I have my hair up in a ponytail. I'm still losing hair everywhere. So let me just check that I have everything where I want it. And now I do. So let me open it to the center. Yes, there we go. So I'm gonna make 2 holes. And to pre-make the holes just makes it slightly easier. You don't have to pre-make it when you make something this small. So I want the knots to be on the outside, so I go in. Come on. And out. There we go. And I'm gonna, there we go. And we tie a little knot. There we go, and there we go, and let's take a double knot. And there we go. So this is a very fluffy yarn, but it's okay. It's just a little notebook. It doesn't need to hold forever. And, you know, you have these little curly fun things. So there you have a little notebook. We can also, since I do have the hole punch out, we can make little corners here. For some reason it makes it look slightly more finished. Now you can do this with scissor if you don't have a hole punch, corner punch. I'm sorry, corner punch. But I find this corner punch I use so much. So if you're gonna buy one punch, let it be a corner punch. There we go. And if you buy just a hole puncher, make sure you buy one with high quality, because this one has lasted me for 40 years and I have a lot of different things to use from. The reason why I used this one to make the hole in the bookmarks is because when I laminate them, I need the inner hole to be smaller in order for the lamination to work. Otherwise it's just gonna get all the stuff wet, so I need to make it smaller. And the small hole becomes way too small if I start using these. So I actually punched the hole with this one because it's bigger, and then went in with the biggest one of these to make these holes in there. And now I can put a lot of stuff in there. Okay, that's the reason. That's my reasoning for it. Okay, so let me grab this one again. It is dry to the touch. It's not completely dry. It's smushy, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't come off. It's still smushy though. You can see that on the side. So at this point, I am actually gonna grab some glue, and we're gonna grab this guy again. Where did I put the thinner strip? I did pull a thinner strip earlier. I know I did. I'm blind. I always get too much stuff and then I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here's the thinner one. So I'm gonna grab a bit of this, and I'm gonna do the little rippy part. So I'm gonna put this in the yarn ball so I don't lose it. And I'm gonna put some glue here. I'm gonna put some more glue on the top here, and I'm gonna put some glue here. And I'm gonna smoosh it out because the fabric is very thin, so it doesn't need a whole lot to stay on here. The thicker the fabric, the more glue you need. There we go. And I'm gonna fold it over like that. There we go. And I'm going to be a bit gentle with it because the top glue that we put on there is not 100% dry yet. So at this point you can cut these pages off if you want to. You can leave them this way. You can have it like this way if you want to in your journal and decorate it. Or you can you can rip it off and just make a little tiny booklet like this one. You can do what you prefer. I actually kind of like the way it sticks out and frayed like that. But you can cut it off like I did here. And you can also, again, the Horner punch. Yes, let's use the Horner punch. Like that, and like so, and like, come on, in there. There we go. So like that if you want to, because I like the contrast of the ripped, torn edges with the little smooth, like perfect edges. So there you go. So now we made 2 booklets. We made 2 bookmarks so far. And we still have, we can make 1 more booklet. We still have a lot of more hole stuff. Oh yeah, we're gonna put, I'm just gonna make another hole in this one. Almost forgot. We're not done yet. So let me punch a new hole here. There we go. So I'm gonna put some eyelets on this. Just give me a sec. I hear pressing record makes it easier, but I don't know what to do about the flickering. That's better, but I don't know. That's okay. let's do this. I picked up a few eyelets here that I think kind of fit. Let's zoom in a little bit because these are small things. There we go. For this one, I'm just going to take a piece of, I'm using a needle because it's easier. And I'm going to put it through, and I'm going to put my finger here. And I'm going to let it go back through here. And keeping the little loop. And just do one of these. Floop. And I'm putting a bit of glue here. Just to keep it in place. So there we go. Put it back in. There we go. So there we have, and I can, you know, put beads on these ends, or I can just glue them together, or just not glue them to tie them together, or tie them to page, put them through a hole in the page, do whatever, and I can decorate this to match the journal, or if I want to put them in a keychain or whatever, because there's a few pages in here that I can, you know, put little memos on. So for this one, I think I'm gonna actually do, am I gonna do the gold or the rustic? Actually, I'm gonna do with the rustic one. So this is, the color of this is, it's a copper, no it's not, some type of metal anyway that is dyed with antique copper color, and I really like that color. So you need to open them quite a lot in order to get them through. There we go. And I'm gonna push it a bit more. There we go. There we have it. And I'm gonna grab the big one for this one. Why? Because I want to. Simple as that. There we go. There, and since I put a big one here, it's very easy to put other charms, to put chains, to put all kinds of things on there too. So if you remember, for these ones, for this one I put a string, but also, oh, it's tangled, there we go. So for this one I put a string on there, and I put a string on this, and I put, I'm about to say paperclip. This is not a paperclip. This is a safety pin. There we go. Ha, words. So this one, I took the round ones, punched a hole, and glued two together and made it quite sturdy. So that's an easy way to make charms. You can hang on stuff. And for this one, I put a chain with a little clasp. And for this one, in the eyelet, I put a tassel, so it doesn't get lost. You know, so I could put a tassel on this, or I can, you know, put chains or whatever. But so far, these are pretty much done. And then I put on what I need for the journal I'm working on. So let's say I'm working on a green journal. I'll put this one on. Okay, my green journal's theme might be bees. I put a bee on there. And just like that, I have some decorations that really match what I'm working on. So for these two, I am thinking, am I gonna do them into tags and cut the corners off, or am I gonna, I think I'm gonna keep them as cards, and I'm just gonna round the corners. Now this one is quite big, so I'm gonna zoom out. There we go. So this is quite big, so I'm gonna use the second largest, which is the 7mm corner punch. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to do the small one on this one just to show you the difference. It gives a different feel to it. Oh, now I did it despite I had too much stuff in the way, so I wasn't looking. Yeah, that kind of a corner. Oh, I forgot a corner. There we go. So it gives a bit of a, I'm going to zoom out a bit more. Gives a little bit different feel to it. This one looks a bit stricter, and this one is a bit rounder and softer. So we can doodle on these. So let me put this somewhere where I don't lose it. Be right back. You know what? Let's make these little charms. We made pretty much everything else, but we haven't made the charms. So I'm just gluing 2 of these together. Smushy, smushy, smushy. Yes. Smush, smush, smush. Yes. There we go. That's one. And come on, glue. I know you want to come out. Come out and play. Come out and play with me, little glue. Yes. And we do 2. Now, a friend of mine told me she had missed the edges like I did here. And instead of going inside here and putting more glue in, she put the glue on the outside and kind of smushed it on the outside. And she said the sides were amazing on those. But I don't know. I tried it on a few, but not for me. Not for me. You can test it. Maybe it's the glue you're using that kind of sets the bar, but you know, it didn't do it for me. So just because someone else loves a tip doesn't mean it's made for you. Maybe you want it a different way. You know, make it your own. Do it the way you like them. But don't be afraid to test new things, because that's how you learn. If nothing else, you learn that, oh, I didn't like that. Okay, so I'm gonna squish them a little bit more. There we go. Normally I let them dry first, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna make hole. I'm gonna make a bit bigger hole. So this one, let's do this one. Because I want it easy to put a thread through. There we go. I want it easy to put a thread through without having to use a needle like I do when I use the smaller holes. So there. And normally when I do these and the things I punch out come out at the top, but they're stuck. And they've been stuck for years now, so they kind of, it doesn't come out in here. Anyway, so now I have 3 charms. Let's one of them we can decorate the same way we did with this one. Why are you so far away? Okay, so there we go. So let me just put a little butterfly on this. There we go, and I can draw on it the same way I did on that one. So I'm going to put a butterfly on one side, and I'm going to do something else on the other side. And also, you know, you can punch a butterfly out of this if you want to. I'm not sure it can actually do that today, because it is kind of tricky to get it where you want it. There. Yeah, it did. Let's see if I can get it out. Come on. There we go. There we have one. And I can put either a thread through there, or I can, you know, do something else fun with it. Or I can laminate it too if I wanted to. Put something fun in there and laminate it. Maybe a glitter or something and just put it in the lamination. So there we have one charm. And this one is now, the glue is dry, so grab a pen and I'm gonna go around the edges here a little bit. You don't have to do this. You can just leave it as is, or put something else, or draw something behind it, or, you know, you can squiggle and doodle to your heart's content. Because all this was from the start was a painting you did not like. And see how much fun we had with it. So don't throw it away when you don't like what you made. We're going to do an acrylic painting also another day. There we go. And with canvas painting and little stuff like that. There we go. And I'm actually gonna make some little dots here. And on this side, what about we do a little flower? Just a little flower, doodle 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 doo. There we go. And let's make a little stem. Oh, I don't like this pen. I liked it when it was new, but now it's just so the tip isn't as pointy anymore. So it's kind of tricky to make fine lines with it. There we go. So we do a little flower, and let's do the same dots that we have on the other side. There we go. And I even did it on camera, even though it was very far to the side. So here we have a little charm you can put on something. So it's very easy to do something. So, okay, we're going to use the holes, and we're going to use some of the punched up butterflies. Let me throw this away. And let me grab, oh goodness, I'm going nuts with myself here now. Okay, let me grab some of these. No, not that one, not this one. Hang on. There we are, some thread. And I'm gonna grab, you have 2 holes. And the first one I'm putting with the painted side down. Come on, glue. Oh yeah, remove the pin. That makes it easier. Yes, remove the pin. Remove the pin. Yes, there we go. And I put on the string like that. And I grab another, another little hole. And I put it on top. Oh, I missed. There we go. There we go. And let's grab a butterfly. I'm really fumbly today. I can't really grab anything. So the paint is on that side, so let's put this side. Some glue. And the string. And let's put it a bit closer. Doesn't need to be that far away. There we go. And let's grab another butterfly and check which side is the paint on, because that was so faint. It's very faint. Come on. There we go. And let's put them on top of each other. Oops. There we go. Let's do one more. Don't have any more holes. Okay, let's do another butterfly then. So butterfly, and I put the string on there. And let's grab another one. And glue. Come on. There we go. And there we have a little decoration thing, and I'm gonna actually, you can do a loop and hang something from the bottom, but I'm just gonna cut it off at the end there, and I'm gonna leave a little bit at the top here, and now I can put it as decorated. I can tie it to this ring, the jump ring. You can put it at the top of your, you can have it, hang it from your bookmark like that. I'm going to zoom out a bit because we're a bit too close now. So you can hang it from your bookmark with some strings or some lace or something fun. Or you can put them in these, tied to the loop. You have a little fun dingly part. Or just put a needle on the end and sew it into the lace or fabric or page that you're working on. It works too. So you get quite a lot from these, and you can always doodle on these and make them, like I said, you don't have to keep them the way they are. Like these, you make them into houses, make them into something else, draw on them, make something more fun on them. Now I have a love for trees. I love trees. So when I went into doodle, of course, that's what I did. I doodled. I made more trees on her bookmark there. But yeah, so you can use stickers, you can use stencils, you can stencil over it, you can stamp on them. You know what, let's grab this one and have some fun with this one. Let's stamp and stencil on this one. Let's give me some space here. I have too much stuff on my desk again. Okay, I just grabbed some stamps. No, hang on. I grabbed some stamps here. I grabbed some trees and some other decorative stamps. I took 3 stamp pads, a little block, and some stencils. So, you know what? Let's just go all out. Let's go all out. So for this, yeah, this one. Let's do it on, no, yes, let's use one of these. And put this stamp on. Now, the question is, do I want to go brown? Let's try brown first. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this turns out. And yeah, you can put something under if you want. So I'm going to put it over here. Like that. Not too impressed. Let's put these back here. Not too impressed with this, to be honest. Let's do something else on it. Let's oh, sorry, didn't mean to make that sound. Let's grab one of these. Let's take this one and let's go black. I actually prefer stamps with, you know, type of writing or something, but I figured let's do some of this because I hardly ever use them. And I'm all for using your stuff. I'm going to put it on this side here. And let's put one here. There we go. Oh, I made that line. Let's improve that line. Yeah. Stop fighting me. Come on. Go in there. I know you want to be in there. So I got that line there. As you can see from the stamp there. So let's play with it. Let's play with this line. So let's go. Oh, this wasn't the best pen. Marker, sorry. And then it's not touching for a bit, and then we have it here again. So let's do... Just let your pen do the work. Like, now I'm holding it quite hard. It's easier if you have it like very loosey-goosey in your hand. Let it work by itself. And let's go maybe like that. But this pen has done... I really need to press to get any color from it. And let's do this. And let's do that. So there, that's what we did with the lines that we got from the stamp. I want to do something here, but I'm not sure what. Maybe I just do... I want something there. Maybe I just do a little squiggle woggle that comes up here. Because maybe the edge is here, the beach side is here, so this can be just a little cove. Let's doodle a little bit. Oh, this pen is not good. I wear them out quite fast. Now this is dollar store pen. I bought 5 for approximately $6. And they all have different thicknesses and stuff, and I use them quite a lot. Because when you make a little doo-doo, it's very easy to go in and just do some doodles on there, and you fix your problem. Like up there, it looks kind of good. I think so. And let's make... I'm kind of copying, but also making my own. So they kind of match the flowers on the stamp here. You can go in and change the stamp too if you want to. There, something like that. I want something there too. Let's just make some little birdie birdies flying there. Make one, and we make a 2. Oh, it's a big bird. Yes, very big bird. There we go. Let's make a third bird. Let's make a third bird up here. There we go. That's kind of a bird. You can see it's bird, right? There, some birds. There we go. And we made a little bookmark. And we made it a lot more interesting than it was. Right? You can also... I'm going to change this pen. I'm going to put this pen aside somewhere and grab another pen. I did bring a few here. So let's see. Let's test this one and see what it's like. If you want to play with me, or you can just do, you can go in and you can kind of doodle with what's already there. Kind of like the new coloring books that are like, you have the color and you do the outlines. So kind of like that. I don't remember what they call. They call something else. They're not called coloring books. They kind of, you make the edges of something. So I just go in and do like that. Make it pop a little bit more. You don't have to, but you can do this. And remember to make them kind of like that. Now, your creative, the Creative Cove, I think she's called now. Am I right? The Creative Cove. I think it was, yeah. I think she was Your Creative Cove before, but now it's The Creative Cove. I'm not 100% sure. But she has a lot of tutorials on how to sketch trees and stuff, and mushrooms, and I can highly recommend watching them because she makes the squiggling kind of make sense. Now, I'm not really good. I haven't practiced a lot, and if you don't practice, you're not, you know, it's harder to get good if you don't practice. It's like everything. If you drive a lot, you're a better driver, normally. There we go. So something like that. And then you can fill in the water too, maybe. Do a little lines here and there. you can put something else in there. And it looked kind of flat, so to put some fishes or something that belongs in the water, like I did on that other bookmark here, where I put some birds in, and this one has really seen some stuff. That one haven't had his morning coffee yet. That bird is me. That's a me. That's a me bird. But you can also do that and then do this. So I kind of want to have it somewhat straight. Trying. There we go. So normally when I craft alone, I have a video or a TV series or something like that going on in the background. And it's very quiet to craft without it. To just hear myself, and then I forget to talk. Then it becomes very quiet. So it's very faint. Let's go there-ish, and I kind of check where there, and let's keep rubbing. Oh, this needs to be wet. I need to wet my ink pad. Oh, I moved the stencil. There we go. That's better. I really need to wet it. It's very dry. I don't really like this ink pad because it's so easy for the lid to come open, and it gets dry very fast. And on this side, you see it gets very dark, so I'm gonna play with that. So I went outside the stencil, so I'm just gonna play a little with that. And then you can actually put something like a text strip. I have an idea. So I have these. I would like to have a longer one. If you think I'm short, you should see my attention span. I kind of like that. So that's a possibility. That one's too big. That one. If you don't try something new, you won't learn something new. It will always be the same. If you don't learn something new, if you don't try something new, you won't learn it. And to just try something once is not usually enough to learn it. It's an ongoing process. Am I gonna ink the edges? No, I'm not gonna ink the edges. I am gonna doodle on the edges, but I'm gonna glue it down first. So let's glue it down. And I mean, I can fiddle with stuff like this all day, but you know, it takes away from other things you need to get done in order to make money to feed yourself. And let me put this here. There we go. And now I'm gonna doodle. Now I'm gonna doodle some more, so I can follow the edges. Like that, and I have glue on my fingers. I got stuck on the bookmark. Okay, so we did that. Now it's kind of nature theme. It's flower stencils, and we have trees, so I'm gonna go off here and do a little, because I didn't follow. As you can see here, I kind of failed here a bit. Well, failed. So I'm just working with it. And that's kind of what creativity is, you know, just make something new. Okay, so you made a boo-boo, how can you fix it? And sometimes making the boo-boo means gluing something new on, or it can mean, you know, just do your best to fix mistakes. Or stuff that you feel are mistakes. There we go. There we go. There we have it. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So now we have one bookmark and we have two bookmarks from the little painting that we didn't like. And yes, and you can keep going and you can keep playing and you can keep doodling. So for like this one, you can draw a fox, or you can put a big sticker on here, or I didn't bring any stickers in here because I have already a lot of stuff here. I think I'm just gonna do the little so this is a very bushy tree. Very, very bushy tree. Oh goodness. Oh, it is so bushy. But you can keep going, and you can always like punch it up, or you can use stencils, or you can use anything you want. Personally, at the moment, I'm really into doodling. But you can also use stencils in a little different way. Let me show you. So this is another way you can use stencils. Now for these, I used double stenciling. So first I did the stencil with white gesso. You don't have to use white gesso, you can just use two different colors on your ink. And use the lighter one in the bottom. It makes it a lot easier because it's very hard to get the light one to kind of stay on top. So I used white gesso on the bottom and then let that dry, move the stencil slightly to the side, and then did brown ink. So I made a few here. Oh, upside down. And this is also something you can do, and this I use a letter stencil. And a lot of them are the same stencils, but due to the difference in background and depending on whether I use black ink or brown ink, they turn out very differently. So that's something you can do on top of here. You don't have to follow the trees. I'm just very much in love with trees, so I kind of struggle to paint over them and do something like this. You can also just go in with more watercolor and continue to work on it, because they're kind of forgiving that way. You can just continue to work on it and doodle on it, and it's usually easier words to make something smaller than something bigger. You can easier much more easy hide mistakes. So anyway, that was a few. I see I've been talking for 1.5 hours and I've been pausing a lot, so it's been a lot longer. I am definitely going to edit this. So I still have this one to play with, and we have made so many things. And I mean, there's no limit. The only limit is your own imagination. And I hope I've inspired you to go forward and play. So I know some people, oh, I don't want to do watercolor, I'm not good at it. Well, it doesn't matter. You can still make a lot of fun, cool stuff out of it. And these I'm going to send down to my cousin and let her, because this is from her painting, so she can continue to work on it. And this is all from one painting she did. And that's what gave me the idea to do this video. And I made a tassel. So let's see, did I put no? The rest was from my painting. So on this painting, we still have this big piece left. We made this little small one that we can hang, or we can put in a pocket or decorate, and just a little notebook. And we have this guy, another little notebook. We have this guy. Oh, I forgot to put the fabric on the edge of this. Let's do that real quick. I did have this is a little toss out. Let's use this one. Poor thing. Poor thing. Just getting tossed out. It's the edge of the fabric, so it doesn't have any fraying on one side. And I'm not a fan of that. So that's why it didn't get used, but I'm going to use it this way. There we go. That way I get some fraying on the top and some fraying on the bottom. And I'm gonna fold it so the fabric becomes a bit longer than the notebook again. Kind of like that. There we go. There we go. And now that's ready for decoration. Now we have another one. Yes. So we made 1, 2, 3 of those. We made one accordion thing like that. We made this little thing. This one I forgot to show you. This one I made from her punch outs, because I made a lot more punch outs on her painting. So yeah, she gets those. And here's another one. These small ones. Here's one. Here's a charm. Here's another charm. We have these 2 left that I can make something of. We have made this one, and this one. And this is just from one painting. No, that one is not. That one is hers. And all of this is just from one failed painting. Oh, forgot this one. I haven't done that one either. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff from just one failed painting and some extra stuff. Now, it's usually this extra that takes the time. It doesn't take a lot of time to put a junk journal together. It's the decorations that take time. And time is money, as we all know. So, yeah, it's not the material, it's the time. But if you're a home crafter, this can be a lot of fun. You can do so many... I can't pick up a needle. You can do so many fun things. The only thing that might stop you is imagination. So that's why we have YouTube and Instagram and stuff to get all the inspiration, all the fun stuff. And now it's flickering like mad and it's driving me nuts and I don't know what to do about it. Wow. So that's actually the lamp behind me, and this here is the light from the window. And yeah, I don't know what to do about the lighting. It is what it is. I still have some butterflies left and 1 circle left too. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. And remember, use the materials that you have. Maybe you have some old painting that you don't like. Use that one. Use it for a cover, use it for tags, use it for cards. You know, you can use it for so much. There's no reason to throw it out. Just be careful. There are actually quite a lot of expensive, valuable painting out there that people don't know about. I recently found out one of my paintings were worth about $300, and I'm like, what? I had no idea, and it's broken. I didn't break it. It was broken before. But it kind of hurts me. If it was whole, it would have been worth $300. But now it's broken, so I'm thinking I'm going to use it for something. So that's going to be in another video. Until then, love you guys so much. Thank you all for watching. Again, I have a lot of ink and glue on my hands. That means it's been a good day. I hope you guys have a happy time crafting, and I hope you get some inspiration, some ideas, some thing from this. And I hope I can edit it down, because now I've been blabbing for 1 hour and 45 minutes, and that is with the pauses I have done to the camera. So I'm gonna go have lunch. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.